Come on and celebrate, 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 celebrate. The Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages is marking a remarkable milestone. 35 years of distinctive publication, and you can be a part of this incredible journey. Show your support for Alex, Habersham, and the Black Pages by purchasing a congratulatory tribute. But wait, slots are limited. 35 years is a huge achievement, and now's your chance to get in on the celebration. Whether you're an individual or a business, don't miss this opportunity. Come celebrate, celebrate. Reserve your slot and help us make history. 35 years in 2026. Go to Macon Middle Georgia BlackPages.com today. Don't wait, celebrate with us.
As quiet as it's kept, one of the most important pieces of information that we could or should or would have is understanding finances and money, how to spend money, how to budget money, how to save money. Also, unfortunately, as quiet as it's kept, a lot of people are neither rich nor wealthy. Not necessarily because they have not flowed income, not because they have not had income to come to them and to their business or from their job. They just don't plan well enough. So today we're so fortunate to have Miss Sillia. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she'll correct me later. Savage, who is with Fifth Third Bank, which is a new facility in our community. And she's expressed a real interest in educating the community and being involved in the community. And I told her, I said, one of the best possible vehicles for that to happen is through the Alex Habersham Call to Action show. And since I mentioned my name, I guess I need to tell you again, my name is Alex Habersham, and this is a call to action. And we're going to talk about money and finances and financial planning today with Miss Sillia Savage.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm wonderful, Mr. Habersham. How are you?
Oh, I am outstanding. Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure.
That you had in, coming to our community. Welcome to Central Georgia. So
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So thank you so much for having me. My name is Sillia Savage. I am the financial manager for Fifth Third here in Bon Air, Georgia. And I've been only in Georgia for the last year, but I am not new to banking or financial services. I have been in the industry for over 25 years. So I've seen a lot of the things that are going on in the news and just over the last 25 years, how technology has changed banking and how it impacts our community. So I'm excited to share my insights and to connect with business owners and those who are seeking the type of information when it comes to banking, understanding why you need a bank, understanding what banks look for when you are meeting with us, and just to bring that level of information to its simplest form to the community. So that's why I'm here, and I'm thankful and grateful that you're allowing me to speak to your audience. So I'm excited for the opportunity. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome, and we're excited to have you, so you can just go ahead with your presentation.
Okay. So for because I opened my banking center here in Bon Air, one of the first things that I noticed was this community is heavily and the surrounding communities are heavily saturated with small business owners. So my presentation is really going to focus in on small business and why small business owners need a banking account. So I have a short presentation that I'm just going to kind of walk through, and at the end I'll just kind of expound on some of the information presented. But when it comes to navigating business banking, some of the things that you need to know as a business owner and why banks ask for the information that they do. So, for starters, when it comes to setting up your business account, right? Your business account, if you have a business, whether it's Mary Kay, whether it's selling, lemonade on a lemonade stand, however small it is, if you plan on using that account and using that talent to create a livelihood for yourself, definitely consider having a business account. So for that information, what the documentation is going to look like when you are setting up your account, banks are going to ask, how are you formed? And so what that means is that when you are establishing yourself, there's several different formations that you can consider. Whether you are a small proprietor or an LLC, partnership, or anything like that, you're going to have to file that documentation with the state of Georgia. That documentation that is presented by the state is what banks are going to ask for when you are first opening the account. So if you're, the caveat to that is, if you're a sole proprietor, meaning that you don't have any protections as an LLC, you're just kind of setting it up, as long as the account is in your name, meaning that the business is structured like, if your name is like Larry Smith, as long as it says like Smith's auto shop, that would qualify for a business account, and you would either use your social security number or what's called an EIN. An EIN is an employer identified number, to where it serves as the social security number for your business entity. So think of it as a social security number for a business that you're creating. And so the banks are going to want to see that as well. To obtain an EIN, you would simply just go to irs.gov. It's a free setup. It takes about 10 minutes to get. So you can have that immediately once you decide, your structure and how you want to become a business. So when it comes to your EIN, when the business is established, the banks are going to see that you have an EIN. They're going to ask for your articles of organization, or if you're a sole prop again, they're going to make sure that you have a valid ID. So anybody that has a valid ID, passport, military ID, as long as it's unexpired, you can set up your business account using those forms of government issued IDs. So why do you need a business account? That's a lot of questions I get. What's the importance? Well, because you are a business, when you start doing business with other vendors, when you are doing business with other entities, they have to make sure that they're protecting their reputation, and you have to be a solid business. You have to be in business for yourself, when it comes to being able to produce certain documents along the way. So certain times in transactions, it might come up, especially when it comes to lending. Those type of transactions are going to require that other businesses that are doing business with you make sure that you're an actual living, breathing entity. So, and then also, as an LLC, if you are structured as an LLC or incorporated, there are certain protections that come along with being a business, that you simply cannot commingle your funds together. So even if it's a subscription service, if that subscription is for the purpose of your business, you cannot pay for it with your personal account, because again, those protections could be jeopardized. You could lose those type of protections if you're running business through a personal account, even for small transactions. So that's why and then also, as a business owner, you want to make sure that you are tracking the expenses directly for your business, because we have entities such as the IRS that do get involved, and that, God forbid, that you're part of an audit. You don't want to have any forms of commingling between personal and business accounts at all. So it'll save you a bunch of headache in the long run. And then also, you're setting yourself up for success when it comes to meeting your lending needs. So just because you're starting off now, in the future, once you have your business accounts set up in the future, that actually puts you in great positions to qualify for lending from banks. When it comes to lending and seeking out funds for your business later on, the longer that you've had your business account and you've shown activity and you've shown that you've had good stewardship over your account, it it's not a guaranteed thing, but it does help position you correctly to qualify for lending as well. When it comes to your business address and ownership structure, you want to consider having a physical address. Why do banks ask for physical addresses? It's because it all has to go into compliance. Banks are regulated by the federal government. So when it comes to verifying the address, they're going to want to see that you have a physical address linked to your business for compliance reasons. There's certain things in play that's called like anti-money laundering laws that the federal government, they're just want to making sure that your business is legit. So I know that it's popular to have like virtual addresses and things of that nature. Those will not hold up on a business account with a bank because they can't be verified. So if you are a business owner and if even if you're running a business out of your home, you always want to put your home address or the address of your registered agent. If you have a registered agent, you can definitely use the address for that individual as well. But again, it just all goes into compliance. Banks, again, are regulated by federal government. So anything that comes up, concerning identification, address, and ownership, there's going to be a question about it if it doesn't match what's in the system. So, and then also when it comes to ownership structure, if you have more than one owner into your business, I know for Fifth Third, we require that anybody that has ownership more than 35% to be to accompany you as well. So both signers would have to be present at the time the account's opened. And again, that just dictates who can make changes on the account, and it provides clarity as to who can execute certain transactions on the account as well. My favorite part of the presentation here is choosing the right account. How do I know which account to choose? As business owners, you are faced with so many, decisions in your waking every day. So when you are setting up your account, it's so important that the banker or whoever bank that you choose to go with, that they take the time to understand what your business is about. Those questions, the line of questioning, what it should look like is, what's your cash flow needs, what your lending needs might be now and in the future within the next 6 months. They should be taking the time to also provide other vendor payments and customer service support, meaning for you as a business owner, those headaches that you have as a business owner, managing payroll, managing credit card receipts and all those good things, your bank should have some type of service provider that provides those things. I know here with Fifth Third, we do have to where we handle your payroll for you. So even if you're a one-person show, we handle everything from the taxes to offering direct deposit. We take care of everything from the hiring of your employee to their retiring. So if you have multiple employees, just know that we have services and vendors in place that can help with setting up direct deposit for your employees. And these are all services that provide incentives for your employees to stay committed to your operations. If you want retirement accounts for your employees, that's another built-in service with our relationship that you can take advantage of, as well as credit card processing. A lot of business owners don't realize outside of Square, there's other merchants that help with that type of processing. Also, if you're wanting to grow your business, another strategy that you could look into is offering retention for your repeated customers, meaning like customer loyalty programs. So those are all things as a business owner that just know those options are there, but you don't have to manage that process by yourself. So partnering with your bank, if you haven't talked to your bank in a while, this is a great opportunity for you to make an appointment, and have them walk through what your current relationship looks like and see if it matches up with what your business is actually doing currently. So a lot of times customers are paying fees and service charges. They have no idea what they're paying for. If you're paying a fee for and a service charge for your business account, you should be getting some type of value for that. So that value, whether it's managing your employees, whether it's, making your night deposits, easier for you, transactions, and so on and so forth, you definitely are entitled to a conversation with your banker, just to get a glimpse as to what your service fee and what your bank is doing for you. You should, again, as business owners, you're focused on your talent, you're focused on the services and the things that you're providing to the community. So you should be receiving the same treatment. You should be receiving, convenience when it comes to handling and managing your accounts. So, and then also digital banking features. Just as with your personal accounts, I know you guys are probably used to managing your accounts with mobile banking. With Fifth Third, we do have digital banking features that allow you to make convenient deposits from your phone, from the ATM. If the bank is closed after hours, what type of services does your bank offer to make it easier for you to do business with them? So those are the type of things that you should be looking for when it comes to banking, and the expectations should be set for you. And again, doesn't matter what bank, if a professional is a professional. If you love where you bank, that's awesome. But these are just some of the questions and some of the features that if you are noticing pain points in your business, if there's something that's keeping you up at night that you're not sure how to take care of, check with your bank first. It might be as simple as a question and making the connection with other professionals that are connected to the bank, which leads me into my next presentation piece, professionals and community resources. Your bank should be able to connect you with other professionals. It's what we do. As far as Fifth Third is concerned, my banking center is new, but I've used my platform for small business owners to connect with other professionals. What one bank can do for you, another one might not be able to. And I always want to make sure that I have, professionals in place that can help. Some of the professionals that you should consider, if you don't already have connections to them, you should always consider having a certified public accountant, a CPA. CPA is going to be your best friend, because they're the ones that's going to keep up with all of your taxes and the tax codes and all the good stuff that goes in with managing your business from IRS's perspective. Also, get involved with your local chamber of commerce. Your chamber of commerce has great incentives. They have great connections with other professionals in the area. And then also, if you are a part of any Greek organization or anything like that, just check with your organizations to connect, let people know that you're in business, and just take it from there. So that's really all I had as far as the presentation's concerned. And I'm going to put my QR. Oh, wait a minute. Do I not have my QR code? Nope. Never mind. I'll put my information in the chat. So if you want to connect with me, ask questions, please feel free to do so. And this rolls over into the personal. If you have not sat down with your banker in over a year, it's time to do so. Before anything in our market changes, or there's just so many things that are going on. It's just good to connect with your bank. If you're holding your money that you've worked hard for, that you wake up every morning for, you need to make sure that whoever is holding that money is managing it correctly. and that's my spill.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, one thing that I find very interesting is that about the peripheral services that you all offer. That's kind
Hmm.
of new, like those services that you mentioned, are very, very good. And
Hmm.
what we will try to do is if you could kind of get those to me, then we'll try to display those on the screen. The other thing that I want to mention is that you can go ahead and at least verbalize your email and the phone number so we
Okay,
can make that a part of the verbal expressions.
sure. So if you would like to connect with me, my name is Celia Savage. My email is my first name. It's SILLIA dot Savage, SAVAGE, at 53.com. So again, that's Celia.savage at 53.com. My office number, 478 919, is it 919? 919-2219. It's rare that I call myself at the office, but yes.
Yeah, well, that's outstanding. Well, thank you so much. I mean, there are a lot of nuggets in
Hmm.
that presentation, and I've been in business for quite a few years, for decades. But you got a
Hmm.
lot of information that I hadn't thought about, and the thing that we're trying to do is trying to be beneficial to the community. And
Absolutely.
although business is important, you all also do personal banking, don't you?
Absolutely, we do.
And you can also do
Personal
personal.
banking is just as important. So,
Yeah, yeah.
if you
And it's good
have
to have a
retirement
relationship.
accounts that you haven't looked at in a while, that's something that's another piece of information that I would encourage you to have done as well.
And the thing that's extremely important, whether you're in business or whether you're just trying banking as a person, it's just so important to build relationships, to build
Exactly.
a relationship
Yep.
with your banker because it's just good and people understand better when they know you and familiar with you and has some idea of who you
Absolutely.
are, what you do, who your family is, blah, blah, blah. So there's nothing wrong. Matter of fact, it's recommended that
Hmm.
you have relationships with your banker. This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex C. Habersham. Have been interviewed or have been listened to because she did the talking, did an outstanding job of
Thank you.
doing the talking. Miss Celia Savage, the manager for Fifth Third Bank. And then what's that email again?
My email is Celia, SILLIA dot Savage, SAVAGE, at 53.com.
And that 5-3 stands for Fifth Third.
That's correct. The only bank with numbers.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that phenomenal and informative presentation. Don't hesitate to reach out to Miss Savage if you have a need, and you may have a need that you didn't know you had, so you might need to reach out to her anyway.
Absolutely.
This is a call to action. I'm your host, Alex C. Habersham. Have a great day.
www.makingblackpages.com. Come on and celebrate, 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 celebrate. The Macon Middle Georgia Black Pages is marking a remarkable milestone. 35 years of distinctive publication, and you can be a part of this incredible journey. Show your support for Alex, Habersham, and the Black Pages by purchasing a congratulatory tribute. But wait, slots are limited. 35 years is a huge achievement, and now's your chance to get in on the celebration. Whether you're an individual or a business, don't miss this opportunity. Come celebrate, celebrate. Reserve your slot and help us make history. 35 years in 2026. Go to Macon Middle Georgia Blackpages.com today. Don't wait, celebrate with us.